show how to connect a iPhone to Zoom. We're going to start with installing the Zoom software. Hi, I'm Doug Betts. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Live Windows Training. This is where I provide professional computer consulting services to people through live streaming on YouTube. If you'd like to request a session with me, you can go to the website LiveWindowsTraining.com to find out how to request a session. I'm going to do a verification here that the stream is working, and then we'll get started right here. And is working, unmute. And then we'll get started. There we go, we're live. All right. I have currently connected to my brother's cell phone, and we're going to go through the steps for installing the Zoom app. I'm punching a couple buttons here to get the video working right. And there we go. That's better right there. Call Stan Betts Mobile.
Calling Stan Betts Mobile.
Hello.
Hi. Do you have a message on your screen for the remote connection? Because it just dropped when I called you.
Let me look. I have nothing.
All right. Then I'm going to end that. And if you could just close and reopen the Rescue mobile app.
Okay. Screen broadcast, log me in, rescue, start broadcast. I think I need to do start broadcast. 3, 2, 1, 0, red. Log me in. Click. Come on now. Well, last time I did this, can you hear me, Doug?
Yeah.
Okay. Last time I hit log me in, I got a request to put that code in.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like you've opened the right app. It should have, that when we installed that app, it should have added an icon to one of your home screens.
Yeah, that's what I hit.
Okay, and when you got to that app, did it have the icon that looked like a blue cross inside a white circle inside a square blue box?
Let me back out of this completely and we'll see if I can restart it.
All right. I would expect that you would have to press your home button twice so that you could see what apps are open and swipe up to actually exit from the Rescue app before you relaunch it.
The only thing I have open right now is the telephone call to you.
Okay.
So I'll slide over, do the rescue app. Okay, here's the beginning rescue business. So I'll do continue. Now I have enter 6-digit PIN code.
Okay. 408106.
408106.
Right.
All right, there's okay. Okay, I have a broadcast, a chat, and a cancel. I probably want to do broadcast.
Yes.
Okay, there's my red app. Tap the broadcast button. All right, now I'm back to that spot. Now I need to go to log me in. By the way, it says on 1.24567 is counting up. The log me in, I don't know if you saw that, but it's one word with capital log, capital M, capital I. That's why I had the problem with log me in.
Okay.
I didn't read it that way. Okay. Click stop broadcast, green broadcast. It's showing that I'm broadcasting for a minute
I think
49.
we're just waiting for the ding on my computer.
Oh,
Sometimes that goes quicker and sometimes it takes longer. So it says broadcasting.
yeah, screen broadcast. It's a red dot that's blinking around a
Right.
red circle. And it says log me in rescue at 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
Okay.
Below that says stop broadcasting and microphone off.
I think we're just waiting now.
The 2 minutes and 35 seconds that it's showing here, I think that was from the very beginning when I opened up the app, not when I did my code.
Yeah, I agree with that because I have my time shows 1 minute less than what you're showing.
Maybe if I hold this in a different position, it'll give a better broadcast.
Well, prior experience shows if it hasn't given me a ding yet, it's probably not going to. It'll go up to about 5 minutes and then it'll abort itself. So do you have an option there to stop the broadcast?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay, now I went back to log me in rescue, start broadcast, so...
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not letting me, it's not ending it on this side. Go ahead and do the start broadcast again. Let's experiment.
Okay, push 210. Log me in rescue.
Yeah, there we go. We got a ding.
I hear a ding.
And now it shows waiting on my side and it's waiting for me to click start.
Oh.
So I've done that. And there we go. I see your screen again. Then I'm going to detach that into a separate window and maximize so this gives a better view. All right, press your home button.
All right, done.
So what we're doing here is installing the Zoom app. So go into your app store.
App Store is on the other screen. Did your screen change?
Yep.
Okay, there's App Store.
And then
go ahead.
Yeah, click on the magnifying glass or that search field and type Zoom.
Okay. ZOOM. Zoom, the Zoom app, Zoom US.
Those are just
regular Zoom.
Those are just search phrases, and we do know that we want to use zoom.us, so that would probably be the quickest
I see zoom.us.
Search result.
All right, there we go. And the second part down here is it's Zoom.
You did Zoom Cloud Meetings. Let's display what the other results for Zoom are.
Well, there's a LinkedIn network.
Yeah.
The second one down is Zoom Cloud Meeting. Then there's Zoom for Intune. And then Zoom Video G something.
Yeah, that one's Zoo. So I think that's all that matches Zoom.
Yes.
All right, so let's go back up to the one is Zoom Cloud Meetings would be the right choice. Now that cloud with the down arrow is what you touch in order to download an app. He's done that. And then we see a square with a circle beginning to draw around it, and that's indicating that it's downloading. And if that circle is moving really, really slow, it means that you don't have a good Wi-Fi signal or a cellular signal. And then because it says open now, that tells us that we did not have to purchase this app. So this app was free. Now, Stan, are you still at a place where you can scroll down and see if there's other apps that show a charge amount?
Let me look.
Those are all just saying get.
Yeah. I don't see anything that says a charge yet.
Yeah, but under pause on one of those that says in-app purchases.
Okay.
Right under the word get. Right there. That one. That one, we've got a get, and then right under that it indicates in-app purchases, which means that's where they charge you money.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that once you've got the app open and you're using it, there are opportunities to make purchases within the app. Okay, so now go back up to our Zoom cloud meeting. Now we could open it here, or we could press the home button and open it from the icon that should at this point be installed on the phone. We'll go ahead and touch open here.
Done.
And then we can join a meeting or sign up or sign in. So you don't have to sign up. You don't have to create your own account with Zoom in order to join a meeting. And this is probably the most common way people join meetings these days, is just joining an existing meeting and not even creating their own Zoom account. So I'm going to switch over to another screen on my computer number 1, and we'll start a meeting over here, and then Stan can join it. So I'm clicking on my start button, and it's not responding, and I think that might be because I already have it open somewhere. Checking. No, it's already in progress. Yeah, so I've already started it. So, Stan, the invitation that I sent you by email for the session that we had, what was it, yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, that one is still valid because it's the same meeting ID and password. So why don't you...
do I go to that join meeting first, or do I go to the email first?
You know what? Let's try that join meeting and see if your phone remembers that meeting. Now, since we did that, we have uninstalled and reinstalled the Zoom app on your phone, so it's not remembering that. So it's a somewhat inconvenient at this point for you to have to type in the meeting name and the password. So that's really not needed. If you can go find that, there's that email. And then scroll down to the link there where it says join Zoom meeting. And that should put in those credentials. So here it's asking you to put in your name. So that's how you want to identify yourself to the people in the meeting. You can backspace over iPhone and just put in your name.
And hit continue?
Yep. And then, hang on a second right there. I need to switch back so that I can show on the YouTube video what you're seeing on your phone, because I was switched to my other screen. And we're there now. So it's Zoom asking to access your camera. So touch OK for that. And now you're seeing an image of yourself, and
Yes.
it's giving you a prompt where you can join with video or without video. Go ahead and choose with video. Zoom would like to send you notifications and access microphone. So you're going to want to answer OK to that.
And notifications.
Yeah, notifications, I'm inclined to say don't allow. I don't see that you would be needing notifications from your end. Okay, so then I'm going to do some clicks on my side. There we go. Return to meeting. There. Now I get a message at the bottom of my screen that says Stan has entered the waiting room for this meeting, and I'm clicking on a button to see the waiting room. And I think what I'm going to do is turn the volume down on my cell phone. And then I'll admit Stan.
There we are. Oh, to hear others, please join audio.
Okay, hold on a moment right there. I want to show the people on the video what you're seeing. Okay, so I've switched my computer view back to show the remote connection to your phone. So you got this message to hear others, please join audio. So go ahead and touch that call using internet audio. All right, now let's see if we've got audio for you in the Zoom meeting. Can we hear you say something?
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So I'm hearing you through my cell phone, not through the Zoom meeting. Try that again.
1, 2,
All right.
3, 4.
I think I know what we need to do. Stan, I'm gonna go back to the remote connection to your phone, which right now your phone screen is showing you our Zoom meeting where you're seeing me and yourself. So, but what I'd like to do is press your home button. And you remember last time we went through this, you had to make some adjustments in your phone settings in order to get your audio to come through. So
Yes.
Can you talk us through what you did and show us?
I went to a home button, and now I'm going to click on settings.
Okay.
It's in the left-hand column. And down, I forget how far down. I don't think I see I think I passed the spot.
I'm wondering if it was the Zoom app that you needed to get to, which is probably be at the bottom.
Okay.
Because once you get down to those apps, they're alphabetical.
There's
It's the
Zoom.
very
I'll
last one.
Click on that.
Okay.
And microphone is turned on, camera is turned on, background app is refreshed, and cellular data is refreshed. I think the microphone was off the first time.
Okay.
And currently now it's on.
Now, I think we might be having trouble with it because the phone call you and I are on right now is using the microphone.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so what we'll do is go back to the Zoom session, and then we'll hang up the phone call and see if that gives us the audio that we need. And you'll need to
Okay.
join with video.
Okay.
All right.
Connecting.
And
The
I've
host will
got,
let me in.
yep, I've got you in the waiting room again, and I'm just switching my camera view there so people can see that. So here I'm going to your name in the waiting room and touching admit, and at the same time I'm going to hang up the telephone call.
Okay.
All right, goodbye. Okay, so I see a message on Stan's phone, call using internet audio. You'll need to touch that.
I hear you.
Oh, I hear you too.
You hear me?
I
Okay.
I do. I don't see your video yet.
Oh, okay. Let's see why I don't.
And when you did that swipe, I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, sorry.
Now, just hold on right there. Let me try your video control from my side. I'm clicking on a thing here that says ask to start video. This should ask you to start your video.
The host has asked you to start your video. So I'll hit OK.
Yeah,
And there I am.
very good. All right, so we still have my live remote connection to your phone and the Zoom session. So I can still see the remote connection to your phone on my other computer here.
Okay.
And that way we can demonstrate some other features. So at the bottom of my screen, Stan, you'll eventually see that on the YouTube video. I have a option for muting and stopping video. Those would be for my side. And I have a security option that allows me to most significantly lock the meeting so that more participants cannot come in. And I have a check mark for enable waiting room, which means when somebody does connect to this Zoom meeting, they will automatically go into the waiting room so they cannot be seen by the participants in the meeting until I decide that that person is allowed to be in the meeting. I have check marks next to share screen and chat and rename, which means the participants, such as Stan, can do any of those. He can share his screen, he can begin a chat, and he can rename himself. And we'll go look at that in a minute. And I can remove a participant, and I can report them if they are misbehaving. So that reports them to Zoom. Then I've got an option for participants, which shows me this panel on the right-hand side. Shows me everybody who's participating. If there's anybody in the wait room, they would show up at the top. Now, as we get more people in the meeting, it can be a situation where there's too many extemporaneous sounds, other noises going on. So I'm going to click mute on Stan. And that turns off his microphone so that anything going on in the background is not going to be heard. On his picture within the meeting, I can see the microphone with the red slash through it. And I think Stan would probably see that on his screen too. Stan, shake your head yes if you see that. You don't see that. And I'm looking over at my remote connection to Stan's phone, and I have the same thing, that I don't see it. Stan, are you holding your phone in portrait mode? Yeah, let's keep it portrait mode. Now, if you touch your finger, Stan, in the black area of the screen, does it pop up a menu? There. Now you see the microphone with the slash through it. So you have to touch your finger to wake up those other options.
I'm awake now. Do you hear me?
Yep, you have
Okay.
unmuted yourself, and it shows that you're no longer muted from my side. Now, I still have my YouTube video showing your screen, so let's look more at the options that you have. You have the options for muting yourself and for stopping your video. And then your next one is to share content, and that's kind of an upload arrow. So you
Yes.
could upload perhaps a picture from your photos. And then you have a participant. Show us what that looks like from your end. So that gives you a list of participants. And when I'm speaking, you can see the green microphone. You can actually see the indication that I'm speaking.
Yes.
And if I'm going to mute myself.
Yes,
So
I see a mute.
Stan sees that I am muted by that red microphone with a slash through it. Then I just unmuted myself. Similarly with the video, if I were to turn my video off, here's the way it looks for Stan. It's got a slash through the video camera. And Stan, if you would touch close in the upper left corner, I'm going to show the way that's going to look for you. If I stop my video from here, I think you're going to see a photo of me. So stopping video in 3, 2, 1, stop. So
Yes,
there
I see a photo.
You just see a photo. Okay, Stan, let's look at the rest of the options along the bottom of your screen. So we did participants, then there's a more button. Touch that. So you can chat. There's a clapping hand, you're essentially applauding for somebody. There's a thumbs up. There's a virtual background, which takes a lot of battery power, but it gives the capability of having a different background behind you. So we'll demonstrate that in a little bit. And you can raise hand, which is probably one of the most significant things. Now, the purpose of a raise hand is ideally, with a lot of participants, the microphones of people who are not talking currently should be muted. And then raising a hand is a way to show the host of the meeting that you want to speak. You're essentially asking for your microphone to be turned on. And in any particular Zoom session, the host or the group can come up with their own agreement of operating parameters, meaning an individual can turn their microphone back on of their own volition, but doing so could interrupt the flow of the meeting. Now, one way I've seen that happen is if one person has their microphone on, everybody else is muted, but there's another person who wants to speak, I have seen them unmute themselves as a way of indicating that they want to speak, instead of using the raise hand technique. So I'm going to mute Stan's microphone. Let's have you cancel out of there first.
Okay.
So now you know the sequence, what you need to do to raise your hand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Am I
I'm hearing
muted?
you now. You're not muted yet. I'm going to mute you now, and then I want to have you go raise your hand. So go ahead. You're muted now. Okay, so Stan did the raise hand, and now in the upper left corner of his image, we see that his hand is raised. I just had to turn Alexa off. She was in the background yakking at me. So Stan's hand is raised, and I can actually lower his hand. Well, that doesn't seem to be appropriate. So this is a technique for a person to say that they want to speak. So then the host, it could be the agreement of the participants that the host would unmute the person when they want that person to talk. Now, right now I'm trying to click on the microphone in the bottom left corner of Stan's picture, and that doesn't work there. I need to go over here to the participants panel and click unmute. So Stan,
It says, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, you're unmuted now.
Yeah.
Now, as the host, I have unmuted you, so now it would be appropriate for me to lower your raised hand because you no longer have an awareness that your hand is raised. You don't see that on your screen right now.
No.
Right? Yeah. So if the host or the group has agreed upon a certain operating method, this would be one method they could agree on, is that everybody is muted except for the person who's speaking, and when somebody wants to speak, they would raise their hand. The host would then unmute that person and mute the person who was speaking, and the host would lower the hand of the person who just requested. So let's switch back to Stan's phone. And let's see if we've gone through everything. Stan, show us that more menu again. So we did raise hand. Okay, virtual background. Now, let's see. Yeah, we should be able to see your choices as you go through this. Go ahead and choose virtual background. And selected background will be applied immediately. So what it's offering you right now is that Golden Gate Bridge. And if you touch, I think, the plus sign, you would get other choices. Go ahead and try that. Access your photos. That's going to access your photos to offer you one of your photos. Let's not do that. Let's cancel in the upper right corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and go ahead and choose the bridge.
Wow.
Go ahead and choose the bridge. Let's see what we get.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So there it has picked you out of the background. And I think there's a little bit of overflow. And perhaps if you move around a little bit, it'll get a little bit smarter about what is you and what is the actual background. And you just amputated your arm with that move.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so once you
That's-
move completely out of the frame, it's trying to find something in the frame that is not background.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So then now let's see. I'm gonna show what it looks like on my screen. We're gonna keep that bridge on there for a little bit because all of that, what you just demonstrated, was with the remote connection to your phone. So now I'm showing what it looks like on the Zoom meeting session, where we don't see the button for none and the bridge and the plus sign. We don't see remove and we don't see close. All we see is you and the bridge in the background. So let's try close. And I think what that's going to do is just close those menu options. Yeah, we still have you with the bridge. And now even on your phone, you can now see what your virtual background looks like.
Yeah.
So because that option was going to your photos, the implication there, and I have not tested how well it works, is that you could choose a photo from your phone to use as your background. And of course, because we're testing, you're still holding your phone in your hand, and that's why you're bouncing all around the frame.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For the
Yep.
for the Zoom meeting. But that's okay, because we knew we were experimenting here. But during an
What would
actual
happen? What would happen if I turn it portrait or landscape? Would the
Go ahead.
grid still be
Yeah,
there?
actually, for the Zoom meeting, I think that'll go okay. I don't think that'll work well from my remote connection to your phone. But for the Zoom meeting, I think that's going to look good. Go ahead and try that. So I'm still showing the remote connection on the YouTube. So now I'm going to switch and keep your phone the way it is now. And I'm going to show how that looks in the Zoom meeting by switching the YouTube video to the Zoom meeting. And that does look good in my estimation because it gives your video a little more breadth and it is more compatible with any webcam images that are in the meeting. Now let's see, the way you're seeing that on your phone is you're seeing yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show that. Even though it's sideways, I don't have a good way to fix that. But I'm going to show that on the video just so that the viewers can realize that you're seeing my image full screen and yourself in the upper right corner. And then I'm going to, let's see, switch back to my screen showing the host and go to the speaker view. So now I'm in the speaker view and whoever is speaking should have the large position. And Stan, you can't see this right now, but my screen is showing you taking up the majority of the screen and a little tiny thumbnail image of myself above your video. And then if I go back up to this option in the upper right corner, I can click on gallery view. That gets us back to this gallery view. And if we had 20 people in the meeting, they would all be showing here as thumbnails. And I've participated in meetings that were like that, but I have not hosted them. So then, all right. Let's try a chat. And Stan, let's have you initiate that. Can you turn your phone back portrait again? The reason for that is so that I can show the process for you getting there. So go ahead and click on that More menu and then choose Chat. This gives you a chat menu and you can choose who you want to chat to. So if you touch the word everyone and then choose the person you want to chat to. So that's going to be a private chat. Go ahead and touch my name. And then type something like, this is a private chat. All right. And then go ahead and touch send. So you sent that. And you're seeing on your screen an indication that it was sent privately.
Yes.
And I'm going to switch back to my screen and show where that shows up. Now at the moment, there's nothing on my screen indicating I've received a chat from Stan. And if I float my mouse up into this, black area I'll call it, I see a chat 1 indicator. And I'll click on that. And that opens the chat window and I see the message from Stan. And then I will say something a little cranky. Hi yourself. And then show what that looks like on Stan's screen. So those chats can go back and forth. Now, while you're, we still have the chat window open, but you can't see the video while you have the chat window open.
Correct.
Okay? So do your close in the upper left corner. So that closes your chat. And then while I still have the video showing your screen, I'm going to type another message to you. And we're going to see how that gets notified to you. Pressing enter, and there's your notification. So then I think if you touch that, it would take you into the chat, but it's already disappeared, so you would need to go click the more button, yeah, to get there. And then that's probably going to take up your whole screen when you go into chat. So that's a downside of using a phone, is you can't keep a chat going while watching all the video activity. You could do that on a computer. When we get to the point of trying this Zoom meeting with your iPad, then we'll want to check that to see if you can chat and still see all the video at the same time. I think you probably can. Do you remember, Stan, when you started the session this time, whether you allowed notifications or not?
I saw it and I said no.
Right. So I think what's happening is you did get the notification that you've received a chat message, but I think that's because you have the app front and center. You're actually active in the app. If the Zoom session was in the background, you might not. So we can test that. If you would just press your home button, and I am displaying your phone, the remote connection to your phone, and then I'm going to try sending another message.
Okay.
And we're going to see if you get notified of that. Okay, pressing enter. And there's a 1 in the top of your screen. Did that just show up?
No, that's my
That's something else.
calendar one.
All right, yeah.
So I have one calendar message.
Yeah, so I think because you did not allow notifications, you're not getting a notification of that. And your orange bar at the top, you might see it as red. It's kind of flashing a little bit. It's just indicating you have a live active session.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think if you just touch that orange bar up there, it'll take you right back to the Zoom session. Is that right?
It says screen broadcasting, stop broadcasting screen.
Oh, that's that's the remote connection. Let's cancel that.
Okay.
No, we don't want to stop that. So yeah, that blinking orange up there is not for the Zoom session. So what you'd want to do,
Zoom?
Yeah, but not by launching it. You want to double tap your home button and then swipe to get to, there's Zoom right on the top. So just touch Zoom, which is on the top, and then close the chat.
There we are.
Yeah. All right. And then there's another option on that More menu. Go ahead and bring their More menu up again. And don't do it yet, but the clapping hands and the thumbs up is what I want to demonstrate. So I'm going to switch the YouTube view back to my screen and have you go ahead and do the clapping hands.
On 3, 2, 1.
All right. So in the upper left corner of your video image, we see the clapping hand symbol.
Yep.
So it's indicating that you're clapping for whatever just happened. Now, you didn't just turn it off, right?
No.
Okay. It went away just after a few seconds. So that kind of makes sense. Applause is a brief thing. Go back to your More menu and try that other one, the thumbs up.
Thumbs up on 3, 2, 1.
And there's a thumbs up in the upper left corner. And you see it on your screen too. on your
Correct.
image.
Yep.
Okay, now let's see if that goes away. Yes, that went away.
I just now went away.
Yeah.
I had a delay.
All right. Then on my screen, I'm displaying right now where I get those options. It's on a button called Reactions. So I'm going to click on the clapping hands, and you should see that.
I see it in the bottom.
Yeah, you see it on the bottom of your phone. I'm going to see if I can get over there quick enough to show on YouTube where that appears, because that was different. It's not really, is it really identifying that it was me clapping?
No.
Only in the
Well, it was under your name. It was under your picture. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's a number of people and it would be under that person's picture.
yeah, and my picture was prominent on your screen right now. Now I'm trying the thumbs up button and displaying on YouTube how that looks to you. Now, right under the thumb, there's those two dots, which indicates there's an alternate screen view for you. So if you'll swipe left to right, and then that takes you safe driving mode, your microphone is muted, your video is stopped, tap to speak. So that's not what I was thinking it might be. I was thinking it might be a different view mode. So that's just kind of a temporary hold, kind of puts you on hold for your microphone and your video.
When we had multiple people on, I had 3 buttons on the bottom, and the third button was the other people on the session.
Okay.
If that makes any difference or it makes any sense.
Yeah. So that does make sense that when there's a third button or when there's a third person in the session that they would show up as a third button. So since I've got my cell phone right here, I should be able to become the third person.
Okay. Well, I think what happened is that it was multiple people on there, so my screen didn't hold all of the pictures.
Okay.
I think the cell phone can hold 4 pictures, but not 5.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So how many did we have in that session?
I think we only had 4, or we only had 3.
Yeah, I think we only had 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I got that other. Well, it was somebody else though.
Well, see, I'm thinking the other might have been a gallery view, because right now I think you're on what I would call a speaker view, and whoever is actually speaking right now, and with only 2 people, you can't really distinguish that. Let's see, 873, is that the same one or not? P8 really doesn't look like it. 331. Let's see, that was yesterday we had that other session, right?
Yes.
I'm looking, I think I sent a copy of that email to me.
If it wasn't yesterday, it was Thursday.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was Thursday. I get too many emails. Finally, I'm down to Thursdays. All right. No, I'm going to have to take a different way to get that. Has made the chat 331.52. Ah, that's it. So since the meeting number hasn't changed, I was looking to see if I can go back to the prior meeting. No, looks like I never did join that meeting with my phone. So I could have done this if I would have just started typing the number. So this time I'm typing in the meeting number and then join. And then I have to actually type in the password, which is not bad. It's a 6-digit number. And this is where people were getting into trouble with Zoom bombing, is when they were publishing that information on their Facebook channels. So now I'm switching the YouTube back to the screen on my hosting computer. And then I've got a video preview on my cell phone. I don't see me in the waiting room yet, so I have the choice on my cell phone to join with video or join without video. I'm going to choose join with video. This should put me into the waiting room because my security option, I'm going to go display that. Remember, I've got this check mark for enable waiting room. So that means when people join the meeting, they're automatically put into the waiting room. They cannot be automatically admitted to the meeting. So then I'm going to click admit there, and I might get some audio feedback here. To hear others, please join audio, and I get the option of call using internet audio or cancel. I'm going to try cancel because I just want to cancel the audio, and yeah, it appeared that worked. So now I'm on my screen, I see the third video image showing the view from my cell phone, but Stan does not see that yet. I'm going to switch to Stan's phone. And now we're seeing Stan's phone, and that he's only got one participant, but now he's got a third dot at the bottom.
Yeah.
So Stan, if you could demonstrate swiping to those different views. Yeah, that's what I thought. This should be a gallery view that shows you all of the participants that your phone is capable of showing.
And it shows the names.
Oh, yeah, it didn't show that on the other screen, did it?
No.
Okay. And then also on this view, if I were to do a thumbs up reaction, you should get an indication of who did the thumbs up. That thumbs up did not come from my cell phone. Yeah.
Came up on Doug.
Yeah.
But not on the iPhone.
Yeah, that's because I didn't do the thumbs up from my iPhone.
Yeah.
I did the thumbs up from my computer screen. Okay, so we've done quite a few demonstrations there. I'm going to switch back to my host computer screen and give one other up here. We've got a enter full screen icon in the upper right corner of my screen. I click on that and it makes the video take up the full screen. Now the downside there is I don't get to see that there's somebody in the waiting room. I have to come over to this participants button and click on that, and now I can see the participants window in this manner. So in this case, if there's somebody in the waiting room, they should show up in the top section that we don't even see a representation of right now. So another thing that we have on this screen is this mute all. So that would be an occasion where you've got your group has advanced to a number of people. Maybe there's some background noise coming from somewhere, and you're not sure who it's coming from. So you could do a mute all, and that's going to mute all 8 people, 20 people, however many you have. And then you would want to unmute whoever needs to be able to talk right now. So I'm going to click mute all. And then there's this checkbox to allow participants to unmute themselves. If I remove that, then that means they cannot unmute themselves. So that's the way a host could take control of a meeting that's just getting out of hand. Too many people talking at the same time, and they just won't wait their turn. So if I remove that check mark, which means participants cannot unmute themselves, and I click yes to mute current and new participants. So everybody is muted except for myself. Now I don't see the indicator that my cell phone is muted. That's because my cell phone joined the meeting without audio. And that's an unusual situation. I only did that because I don't want 2 live microphones in front of me. That's going to create a mess. So, Stan, you're muted right now. We can't hear what you say, but I want you to try to unmute yourself and show that you can't. So, stay right there, Stan. Leave that message on your screen for a moment, and I'm going to display that screen so that the YouTube viewers can see. The message you got says you cannot unmute yourself as host has muted all participants. So now if I go individually unmute Stan, that he is unmuted now, but he still has that message on his screen. So Stan, if you'll just touch OK, you'll find that you're now able to speak.
Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we've kind of beat that to death.
Yeah.
Now I'm switched back on my screen and I'm showing the gallery view right now. I'm going to click on speaker view. And now whoever's speaking at the time should come up prominent on my screen.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
You are prominent on my screen 100% right now. Even when I'm speaking, you're prominent on my screen because it's not going to show me as when I'm speaking. But what I can demonstrate here is I think I can join with internet audio on my cell phone. And before doing that, I'm going to mute the microphone that's on my desktop in front of me. So then
yes, and when I speak, my border turns green when I speak.
Right. So when I start speaking through my cell phone, I think we're going to see the green going around me. Now I just punched to show your phone's remote screen and point out what you were just mentioning about the green outline. The green outline is around my desktop Zoom view right now. And Stan, when you start speaking in a moment, we'll see that green go to you. Go ahead.
Testing 1, 2, 3. I see the green now.
Yeah. And that also happens on my computer screen, except that it doesn't turn green for me when I'm talking. That's strange. It does turn green for you when you're talking, but on my computer, it does not turn green for me when I'm talking.
On my screen, it shows green around your name, which is the computer, and down on the bottom left on my screen, the iPhone, Doug, does not go green at all.
Yeah, I'm about to turn the microphone on for iPhone Doug, and we're going to demonstrate that. So I'm muting my, well, now wait a minute. If I mute my computer, no, it should still pick up our Zoom meeting because that is sound inside my computer. So muting my desktop microphone, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I hear you. I hear you. Yep, I hear you. I don't know. I don't see a mute sign on your name either.
Zoom. All right, that's interesting. So I'm going to mute the Zoom. Maybe Zoom is using my microphone independent of my streaming software. I bet that is the case. Oh, you know what? Here, if I press the mute button, actually, there's a physical button on my microphone.
No, I can still hear you. Yeah, I can still hear you, and there's no mute showing up.
And we don't have the
Nope.
telephone call going anymore. All right, so let me try this mute. Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
There you are.
Can you
You
hear?
got it muted now.
All right, that's muted now.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Let me see. You're muted. Muted.
Okay, so now my cell phone microphone is on.
Cell phone is muted. Or iPhone is muted and computer is muted. I can't hear me though.
All right.
I see you smiling.
Cannot unmute.
Two things are muted.
Oh,
Still
okay.
muted.
Oh, fun.
And I can't hear feedback from me. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Okay. Yeah.
There you are. Well, you have your desktop is muted and your iPhone is unmuted.
Hang on.
Oh. Talk about an echo.
Okay. So now I muted the speakers on my computer. And I've unmuted the microphone on my cell phone. Stan, do you hear me?
I hear you fine. I'm hearing you fine. Hearing you good.
Yeah, and I'm hearing you now through my cell phone. So I wasn't able to unmute the cell phone because a little while back, as the host, I had muted everybody. And I did not allow them to unmute themselves.
Ah, okay.
So on my cell phone, I was not able to unmute myself. Yeah, we're beating this to death. We've gone to a point of irrelevancy to most people. So I need to back out of this now. So I'm going to mute the iPhone and go back to my computer.
iPhone is muted.
Okay. And exit full screen. And then turn my computer speakers back on. So now I think I'm talking.
Both of them are muted.
Yeah.
I hear nothing. I'm sorry for the shadows. I'm walking. I think I have a better way of holding my phone. So I'm going to try and find my holder. Oh.
Okay. So, yeah.
Sorry about the shaking, everybody.
All right. So I've turned
Here,
off all the
I think
input.
I found a better way to hold my phone so it's not so shaky. Unfortunately, you're getting a lot of shaking until I get back to where I can sit down.
Okay, so now I've unmuted myself on the computer, and I'm actually leaving the meeting from my cell phone because once I joined the audio of my cell phone, I couldn't turn off the speaker on my cell phone. I even did the mute option on the cell phone for the speaker and still didn't shut it off. Okay, so that's on there. I think we can call this a wrap. So
my apologies, everybody, for being so shaky. Right at the end, I found a tripod to hold my phone, so I'm not shaking anymore. But unfortunately, it's the end of the video.
Yeah. So I'm going to show the ending of the Zoom meeting from the host's point of view. So I've got an end button on the bottom right corner, and just to refresh memories, I'll point out that all of those options disappear when my mouse is not over that screen. And let's get back to a maximized window. So with my mouse over this section here, here's the end button. And so Stan, this is about to end our session. Thanks for the help.
Okay.
Talk to you
You're welcome.
next time. And I click end here. And then I've got an option for end meeting for all or leave the meeting. Now, why would the host want to ever leave the meeting? Well, you can actually assign somebody else to be the host and then leave the meeting. So that would be a way, for instance, to assist a group of people with getting their meeting started, and then turn the hosting responsibilities over to somebody else and leave the meeting, or for whatever other reason you might want to do that. So here I'm clicking on End Meeting for All in 3, 2, 1, End. And there we say goodbye to Stan. And we're back at my computer showing my channel. Let's come back to my camera one. And we'll call that a wrap. So this was all dealing with the Zoom operations. And I hope this has been of use to you. Have a great day. Goodbye.